Okay, so we're going to do my white paper assignment audience. And today we are going to talk about Adobe Bridge and Photoshop a little bit. So I'm going to share my screen while I'm talking so that I can tape what I'm doing. All right. So we're going to go ahead and open Adobe Bridge. And that's a little program with a BR in yellow. And we're going to get to some photos. And basically, I have opened my desktop, and that shows all the photos that are located on my desktop presently. So I have some pictures that I've done. Here's a couple portrait, and here are some egg carton portraits. If you want to preview an image, you can just click on them. Now let's go into a folder. You can just double click and open up a folder. So I have some images here. I have about 4 of them. You notice one of them will have a green label. That means that I can mark different photos with different labels. To do this, I can just click on a photo, click Control, then click again on the photo. And then I can scroll down on this little menu right here that pops up, and I can put no label, select, second, approved, review, or to do. So approved will turn it green. Select will turn it red. Second will turn it yellow. Review will turn it blue. To do will turn it purple. And you can just decide what kind of labels you want to use for each of the artworks here. Just whatever makes it easier for you to navigate through your photos, because sometimes, like for certain projects, you'll have thousands of photos. So this just makes it easier to get through them all. Now, if you want to open up a photo, let's say in Photoshop, you can click Control, click, Open With, and then we can go to Photoshop. Oops, it just went to Illustrator. 1 second. Open Photoshop. There we go. And I'm going to show you just some basic editing for this and some touch-up and repairs you can do to your photo. So I have this Luna moth that I took a picture of. I'm just going to go to Image, Adjustments, Brightness and Contrast. Now this is how I can make the photo brighter or darker. You can just use this little scroll. You can go brighter or darker just by moving this around. You can also edit the contrast. More contrast, less contrast, or just somewhere in the middle. And you can always hit preview, and that will show you what you had before and also what you have with the new sets. There is also an auto tone, contrast, and color if you like. We're also going to talk about exposure. So exposure also will turn it from light to dark. And that's if you already have a photo that's overexposed or underexposed and you want to correct this. Another adjustment we can make is hue and saturation. Hue will just turn the colors of the artwork a certain way, so we can change everything to yellows, purples, reds, whatever you need. Saturation can just put in more color into the artwork or just take all of the color out completely. We also have a lightness. So if we want to do a faded kind of work or a really dark work, we can adjust that as well. You can always hit cancel if you decide you don't like the edits you've made. All right. We also have photo fillers. If you just want to warm up your work, you can do a warming filter. There's a cooling filter. There's different colors, like you can do a violet filter if you want to. It just depends on your artwork. Now we're going to talk about some simple editing tools. To zoom into your work, you can do Command+. To zoom out, you can do Command-. So let's say that we want to work on the antenna here. We have a healing brush tool. Let's say we want to get rid of this little speck. We can just click on the speck using the healing brush tool, and it takes that speck right out. And you can just go around the artwork picking up pieces of dust and other things that just don't look quite right in the work, and we can adjust those things. And it basically, what it does is it picks up on the area all around your brush point, and it assesses what the area that you click on should look like. We also have a stamp tool. Let's say we want to take this antenna pattern and we want to move it up higher in the artwork. You can click Alt, click on what you want to duplicate, then move up here, and you can make the pattern up here as well. And it's just copying what you had down here up here. And that's how you can edit your work in different spots if you need to like edit out little blemishes and things. Command Z will always undo. Now we also have the sharpening tool. And that's over here. If you click and hold on the blur tool, it looks like a little raindrop. Sharpen looks like a triangle. That's what I've done on the eyes here, if you can see. I've sharpened the eyes. So when you pull out of the work at a normal viewing angle, you can see the eyes are more sharp than the rest of the features on the work. And you usually want to add this to eyes, teeth, things of that nature. And there's also a blur tool if you click and hold down on your triangle button, and it's a little raindrop. And you can blur out edges on details on the edges if you want to. Now, if you're done editing your image, you can go to File, Save As. I have Luna. I'm going to go to my desktop, and JPEGs are really nice to save your photos. You can save it as a PDF document if you want to, or a PDF. It just depends what kind of file format you're needing. JPEGs are most standard. After you do that, you're just going to hit Save. So that's our basic tutorial of Photoshop and Adobe Bridge. All right, and I'm going to stop sharing. And that's it.